And we are live. Welcome back to the channel, Chosen Wisdom Football, a channel for the football purists, for the critical thinkers, for the Man United fans who like to use their brains. For the football fans around the world, I hope you are having an amazing day. It is Friday, people, Friday. If you are in the UK, always do your sound checks, making sure that you are good. Big up the chat. We have your match preview. This is your Brighton versus Manchester United match preview press conference reaction, and I'm telling you guys, the manager has said quite a few interesting things in his match preview press conference, so we are gonna get into his quotes. He has spoken about the injuries, so we have the injury news. He has spoken on the Brighton coach Bruno. 300 games, I believe. 300 games for Bruno Fernandes if he plays. He's spoken about Harry Maguire. Yes, Harry Maguire is the name on everyone, and I say everyone, and when I say everyone, I mean the English journalists. They love their Harry Maguire. He was asked about Harry Maguire, his form, his contract as well. He's also asked about the media narratives, and I'm telling you guys, his answer, his response regarding the media narratives, I'm not gonna lie, I don't say a lot of positive things about this manager, but I like his response. So stick around, guys. We are going to get through the pre-match press conference quotes from the manager, as well as going through the usual team news, the team sheet, what team is going to play tomorrow. The game is 5:30 local time on Saturday. So we are less than 24 hours away from kickoff. In some ways, guys, and I think you would agree with me, people, this might be a tougher game than the Liverpool one. So yeah, it's going to be a very good show, very interesting, packed show. Big up the chat as always. T Kizzle, She Vizzle, Sausage Exprizzle. Hey, it's a Friday show, and you know Friday show, we like to have a laugh. So big up Shivam in the chat, TK, Sausage Express. Let's get straight into it. Let's get straight into his quotes. As you can see, I like to present the quotes on screen for you guys to read, to make sure, not to make sure, just to let you guys know that I ain't making no shit up. Yeah, I ain't making shit up, guys. So this was about the previous wins and how the team is feeling, really. That was the question. And he has said this, you know what? Sometimes when you have a good spirit, you have a bit of luck. Essentially, the manager is saying, not much has changed. The media want to do a narrative that something amazing has happened, and that's the reason why we beat Liverpool and we've turned some kind of corner. The media always want a story. They want a narrative. They don't like facts. They don't like to just say what they see. They want to paint a picture. And I like the fact that our manager essentially keeps saying, listen, we've had a bit of luck. And he goes on to talk about the fact that we could easily have lost against Liverpool if Cody Gakpo's shot was 20 centimetres to the left. So the narrative would have changed. So I like that answer. He goes on to say this. I was told about the top four. And this question, by the way, or this answer that the manager is about to give, I'm about to read out to you guys, is in response to the media narrative. He was asked about the media narrative when he spoke about how the media shouldn't change their narrative and they should just keep doing what they're doing. Don't change now. Remember, he said that in the last interview. So they've asked him to clarify that statement. And this is what he said, guys. I was told about the top four in the press conference after Liverpool. But if Gakpo's shot was 20 centimetres wide, the story could have been very different. I want to keep things under control. If you are a manager and you don't win, people will doubt you. We must be clear about our trajectory and not change. And there's something about that I like, people. And the reason why I say I like that is because we, the fan base and the media, want to always take something from something, paint a picture about something. We beat Liverpool and the media are talking about how we've turned the corner. Could this be this? Could this be that? Maguire this. And the manager's saying, listen, if Gakpo had scored, the game would have changed. We would have lost that game, and you guys would be still bashing me right now. We've just won one game in his eyes, and all of a sudden you guys are going to change your narrative? No. He said, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Nothing's changed yet. We still got to fight for the next game. And I like that. I like that about the manager, that he's saying this. I really do. Let's see what else our manager is saying. So that was about media narratives, right? And I said I like that answer. He's asked about Harry Maguire now and his contract. And he just said, listen, we are really happy with Harry. It's not time to talk about that because it gives the idea we are thinking far away. We have to focus on the next game. I also like that response, guys. I also like that because it's like, listen, he played well in that game. He's playing well right now. I don't know, the next 2 games, he might put in another stinker like he did against Brentford when he allowed that ball to bounce. Remember that game against Brentford when he allowed it? Just 2 games ago. Just 2 games ago, guys, when he allowed the ball to bounce and Brentford went in and scored. A shit performance. And we're supposed to forget all about those bad performances this season and just focus on the time he scored. No. There's a narrative, a new narrative that is trying to be forced onto us by the English media about Harry Maguire that I will reject until I die, because I have eyes and I've been here watching him play football. So I'm glad that the manager even, listen, it's not time to talk about new contracts or any of that yet. The season is young. Let's focus on the next game and see how well we do. I like that response. Listen, not every time I listen to the manager's press conference, and it's not everything I agree with. I mean, he's, like I said, sometimes I love my players, sometimes I hate my players. You can't be saying things like that. But I like his stance today, guys. I like the manager's stance today. Let's see what else he said. Let's go on and see what else this man is saying. So he was also asked about Harry Maguire's form. And this is the English media pushing the narrative. The question was, how impressed are you with Harry Maguire? Something along those lines. And I like this answer, guys. I like this answer because the manager contextualizes it. He goes straight on to say, I think playing with 3 centre-backs suits him. He's comfortable. Full stop. Can we stop for a second and just acknowledge the fact, that when we saw this man play a high line with 2 centre-backs, a formation that 99% of footballers play, he couldn't do it. For 2 years we saw it. We wanted to get rid of him because he cannot play in a back 4. He cannot do it. He just cannot. Right? We've seen this. Objectively and factually, he's too slow and too immobile to play in a back 4 and play a high line. He hasn't got any quicker. He's got older and even slower and more immobile. What the back 3 does, and we've said it many times as a fan base because we are intelligent, is hide his deficiencies, cover him. He doesn't do as much running. The back 3 suits him. The manager even highlights it. And I'm glad that a question that was asked about how good he is and trying to rewrite history, the manager's response is, let's not forget we're playing in a system that suits him perfectly and doesn't suit others. It suits him perfectly and doesn't suit others as good. Let's not forget that. That's another reason why he's playing. But he's pleased. Harry Maguire is and has played well the last 2 games, not the Brentford game. He goes on to say he can improve with the ball. As he has the quality and needs to show it. So in a question asked to the manager about how good a player is, the manager's response is to say what he can improve on and how the system is helping him. Remember when he was asked about Ahmed and he said Ahmed is perfect. Ahmed is perfect for the system. He's perfect for that position. We love him. Then he's asked about Harry and he's like, well, Harry needs to pass better. The centre-backs, the three centre-backs help him. Doesn't sound like somebody who absolutely loves him if your response is to say the things he needs to improve and how he's been protected. I'm just putting it out there, guys. In this channel, we think about things, like I said. So the media will keep pushing this to Harry Maguire thing. Harry Maguire wants another contract, right? Harry Maguire is the guy that leaked all that shit to the media when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was manager. Him and his agent leaking stuff to the media. Harry Maguire is still that scoundrel, right? But his redemption arc, they're trying to paint a new narrative, a new picture of him. He wants a new contract. So his agent and his team are going to go overboard. We are going to get so much Harry Maguire propaganda that it's going to make me annoyed. But I'm just letting the chat know, brace yourselves for it. Let's see what the chat is saying. Anyway, Shivam, starting 11, Lemens, Maguire, Delete, Euro. I don't think Euro will start. I think he'll go with Maguire again. If I believe what he's saying, Shivs, he might go with Maguire again. Cunha and Bumo, Sesko. Yep, I think Mount is injured, so we'll see, Shivs. We'll see, Shivs. Big up, Sausage. TK. Sausage says 2-1 United win. Dunk gets one back late on a corner or a header. I can see that, Sausage. I can see that. I can see that. Toby going Dallo, Shaw over Dogu and Euro. Yeah, I agree with TK with that one. I know. I read Toby, but I know you meant Ruby. Ruby, listen, TK makes you laugh with Ruby, you know. It always make me laugh. I don't know why. Ruben Amorim. Rúben Amorim. Anyway, so that was his quotes on Maguire. I like the way the manager handled this press conference. Let's see what he's saying about the opposition manager, if he's saying anything. Oh no, we can talk about injuries. So let's clarify where we are, guys, when it comes to injuries tomorrow. So I think Shivam alluded to the fact, you know, Shivam wouldn't start Maguire. And to be honest, I feel like he said Maguire might have a bit of a knock. So he said the squad is fine. We have some doubts, issues within the week, during the week with Maguire and Mount. But he said nothing serious. So it's making me think, people, that both Maguire and Mount are going to be available for Brighton. But he said nothing serious but doubts. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Of course, Martinez is out. He is a long-term injury. But I don't see anything about Mazraoui, people. I don't see anything about Mazraoui. So are we saying, people, that Mazraoui is back then? Is that what we're saying? He's fit? So we've got a full squad of players except for Leacher, essentially. Is that what we're saying, people? Because it looks like it. He's spoken about Leacher and he says, I don't know when, but he's trained really well, and he's on the pitch. His knees are responding well. So he's given positive updates about Leacher without really giving us a timescale. I have said many times that I have doubts over players when they have these sort of injuries. I have doubts over them coming back. Listen, Luke Shaw hasn't been the same since his leg broke at age 19, 20. He broke his leg really early, and that was like Luke Shaw that broke his leg in, was it Champions League? He broke his leg playing for Louvain. He was up and down that pitch. I thought, yeah, when that version of Luke Shaw was a Luke Shaw that I said could potentially, listen, hear me out. I'm not saying he was as good as Bell, but you know when Southampton were producing all of those mad, like Gareth Bell, Walcott, Luke Shaw, Southampton were just banging out loads of talent, yeah? I thought, listen, when we bought him for 13, don't forget he was £13 million or something at age 18. He was supposed to be phenomenal, up and down, dribbling past people. He was just so good, and he broke his leg and he just became the stiff. He became just unsure of himself. He didn't bomb forward anymore. He stopped sprinting. He just jogged everywhere. He just became a shell of the player. It's a shame. So I don't know about Martinez. I really don't know, guys. I hope he comes back and he's good as new. But you know about these injuries, guys. You guys know. Come on, guys. Some of these players, they're never the same. And when you have an injury on your knee, it means you have to use another part of your body, and then an injury on your knee affects your ankle. Then you pick up an ankle injury. Then the injury on your ankle affects your feet. Listen, it's peak. But best of luck, Leacher. Best of luck. Let's move on, people. Let's see what the manager is saying. So this is the manager talking about Hürzeler and Brighton football, and essentially waxing lyrical, saying how well they play, analysing the way they play, saying that they play intense football, they believe in what they do, saying that he's a big fan of Fabian. Normal stuff, nothing really out of the ordinary here, to be fair, with this answer when he was asked about Brighton and the coach in general. So we can move on. And I don't know if I should read this. I don't know. What would he say? So this is the manager's message to Manchester United fans in the match day program. So I don't know. If you're going to the match, this is what you're going to read. I'll read it out to you very quickly. Last weekend's victory over Liverpool was for our fans. You really deserve that result for all the support you have given to us. And the losses aren't for the fans either. You know when you win, yeah, and they come out, the wins for the fans, and you're like, well, yeah, what about the losses? Were they for us? Like, I love the PR, bro. I love PR. We are capable of improving the overall performance level that we showed last Sunday, but I was really happy with the spirit and composure from the team throughout the game. I agree. The performance of the team, especially how we gave the ball away time and time again, wasn't the greatest, but our composure when we went behind and our fight and the fact that we were winning so many second balls, guys, it really impressed me. If we can, like TK says all the time, that time we raised our game against Liverpool last week, that fight, keep that, lock that in and replicate that from game to game now. Don't drop below that. We must now back up that result and continue to maintain that approach. Well, there you go. He's saying it. And high standards every week. We took confidence from our win at Anfield, but I was really pleased with how quickly the group turned its attention and showed the right focus and determination to prepare for today's game. And I like that as well, guys. When the camera panned to or showed us the dressing room celebrations after the game and how they were just high-fiving Maguire, and it wasn't champagne. Listen, we didn't win a trophy. And people were saying, oh, the dressing room celebrations are mute. And I'm like, no, they're not mute. That's good. That's a big team. Yes, we won. We beat Liverpool. High fives. Good on you, lads. Next game. That is good. That's what I want to see. So, yeah, I'm pleased with that as well, manager. As we welcome Fabian, Hürzeler and Brighton and Hove Albion to Old Trafford, we must continue to be all about action. And that starts with maintaining the right spirit and attitude. So attitude, spirit, essentially talking about how we approach the game. Approach the game with the right application. And I think do you know what? I'm going to say it now. I was going to say my prediction till the end, but I'm going to say that I think we're going to win this game. I think we're going to win this game. I really do. Anyway, let's see what the manager's saying. So the Brighton manager, let's find out what Brighton manager is saying about the game. He's come out and he's saying, and I think he's correct here. Let me know what you guys think. I think his assessment of Manchester United is spot on. He said, I think they play in a more direct and vertical way, with more long balls towards Mbeumo and Sesko to try to win the second balls and continue on the wings. Full stop. Let's think about that for a second. We've watched this. We've watched Man United, and you guys have seen my tactical analysis. So you know this. We go from goalkeeper to the 10s or goalkeeper to the striker, or right and left centre back straight to the 10s or striker. We bypass the midfield. I've said this many times. We've seen it with our own eyes. The way that we play football is not sustainable for 38 games. It's not. But it works sometimes. I say it works sometimes because 24% win rate is still 24% win rate, right? If you can stop us from doing what he's described, then you beat Man United. We need to now learn how to build all the way from the back and move the team forward to the last third, final third, by playing through the midfield. We can't do that. How we do it is go straight to the striker, go straight to the 10s. They then lay it off to the Brunos and Casemiros, and then we push up that way. Then Mbumo sprints away, then we send the ball to Mbumo, and then Mbumo gets it, and then we move up. So it's always the Mbumos and the Cunhas that have to either do some runs in behind, or Cunha moves with the ball in order to move us up. We can't move up by playing through the midfield, and it's something the manager needs to fix. I've analysed it and I've seen it many, many times. Anyway, he goes on to say they try to attack with runs in behind. And of course, they have a lot of individual quality. They can change the course of the match with a single action. I think most teams can do that. But yeah, they are a danger to us, and we need to stay vigilant for 90 minutes as they can score in every phase of play. I'm not gonna lie, yeah. It also sounds good, yeah, when you hear a manager sound like he's scared of Man United. When's the last time, guys, you heard a manager come out and say, you know, United are dangerous when it comes to this, or blah blah blah? The last time you heard the manager talk about us is when they beat us, and they said how easy it was to beat us. You know, when Man City beat us, they came out and they said, oh, it was so easy to beat them, and so on. So it's also quite interesting to see another manager analyze the way that we play like this, and it vindicates me. It vindicates all of us, because he's a coach. He's supposed to know more than we do, but he's analyzed us perfectly. This is how we play. This is how we play. And to be fair, when I do think about it, people, a year of Rúben Amorim now, almost a year, and we still don't look like we have an identifiable way of playing. Like, we play differently from game to game. None of us know what to expect from Manchester United. There's no pattern of play. There's no, oh, when we have the ball here, we're going to do this. When we have the ball here, we're going to do that. There's no clear patterns that emerge. There are relationships emerging, i.e. on the right flank with Brian Mbumo and Ahmad, but they're figuring it out. There's no clear patterns. And that needs to improve. That needs to improve. So big up the chat. Big up Yaya, Jakub just jumping in. Big up Yaya. So that's the manager's quotes. And then the manager's also been asked about Baleba. So we are going to watch the game and we're going to look at Baleba together. We're going to sit here together tomorrow and we're going to have a good eye, guys, on Baleba. What is going on with this guy? Is it form? Has he lost his marbles? Has he been fully distracted? Because last time I watched Brighton, he was all right. I think he's gaining form again. So we're gonna be on Baleba watch tomorrow as well. And the manager's come out and he's just basically saying he needs to ignore these rumours, Baleba. He's basically saying, Baleba, please, I know you are distracted, but I need you with a clear head today. I need you to ignore all of the noise and perform to your best, which is something normal, something that you should be saying to Baleba anyway. But I'm interested to see how Baleba performs. I hope it's a weird game, guys, because we look like we are going to get Baleba. But this is the game that we want Baleba to have a bad performance. We need Baleba to perform badly today. For two reasons, maybe. One, decrease that fee. Lower that damn fee, yeah? Stink out the place. And two, we want to win the game. We want to win the game, obviously. So we will be slightly on Beleba watch tomorrow. We will. Big up the chat. And I thought I'd show you this, you know, in case you care. What do you guys think, guy? I want to ask a question to this chat, actually. I've been wanting to ask people if they care. Let's let me know what you think. What is your opinion on the social media of football clubs trolling? Because I feel like the social media arm of the football club it's the football club, right? You can't just differentiate. You can't be like, oh, it's just the social media people. No, it's the football club. And when I see the football club, Brighton, trolling like this, I'm always like, it's fun. It is funny. But this is the football club doing this. I think I saw a post from a football club about Verts or something, or somebody getting sold for loads of money. And the football club was like, thank you for the money. Like, I can't remember who it was, yeah. But there was a post by a football club, yeah. And they were like, thank you for the money for the player. The player's not performing well. And they were like, something like, thank you for the money for the player. Haha. I don't know sometimes, yeah, about when the football clubs post the bants. Maybe you guys are saying it doesn't matter. It's fun. It's all jokes. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting. But Brighton are having fun. If we look at Man United versus Brighton results, I've been told, and I've seen the stats, people, just like you've seen the stats. Is it 5 defeats at Old Trafford or something in the last 6? It's something crazy. It's something insane. I don't know what the stat is, guys, but I assure you that our reputation, our history with Brighton at Old Trafford is not a good one. It is not. Welbeck, yeah, he likes coming home. Welbeck enjoys coming home. So I hope Matoma, Welbeck, I hope you catch the flu. No, nothing bad, like, nothing's too bad. Just have the flu or something the day before. Something like that. But yeah, that's Brighton, people. Big up AP in the chat. So we've gone through the manager's quotes, the manager's pre-match press conference quotes. We have gone through the other manager, the Brighton manager's quotes. So we've done that together. Let's quickly look at some other stuff before we look at the team that you guys will start picking and the team that I think will play tomorrow, people. Some more nice positive stuff. And this is what I've been saying for a long time. And it's good, guys, to see Ahmad coming out and saying these things. Ahmad now kind of saying what I've been saying to you guys for a long time. And, when these things happen, I feel vindicated because, it's good to use your brain. It is. It's good. It's good to be part of this community of people who use their brains. So Ahmad on Brian Mbeumo. At the beginning, because he was a new player, we were trying to understand each other. It's normal, right? It takes time, right? We said this many times. Relationships, I talk about it all the time. I bang on about it. Maybe too much. But now we find a solution. When he goes to the right wing back, I go as a 10. When he plays as a 10, I stay as a right wing back. Listen, it might sound basic to you guys, but that's what we want, right? I've said this many times. Guys. If these two get it right, if these guys alternate intelligently, interchange intelligently, develop their fucking relationship, yeah, we're going to have mouth-watering football on the right-hand side. And I'm telling you this for a fact, yeah. We will be gassed up. If the manager fixes up, yeah, maybe get a Semenyo to play left wing back or something. I don't know. But we could be gassed. The football that we could see, I'm not even overhyping it. I'm not overhyping it, guys. The football that we can see with these two on the right-hand side is fuckeries, bruv. It's madness. So I'm happy that Ahmad's come out and he's understood that. Don't fight. Do not fight for the right wing position, you two. I beg of you. If you see Mbeumo holding the width, Ahmad, drive down the centre. I beg of you guys. I do not want to see you get in each other's way, occupying the same position in the... It doesn't do anyone any favours. Understand. The goal that was scored, the Brighton Mbeumo goal, I loved it. I loved it. I'll tell you why I loved it, people. Because Brighton Mbeumo got fouled. He got taken out by Van Dijk in the number 10 role, in that centre of the park where Ahmad was holding the width. He got up, Brighton Mbeumo, and I was going to think, yeah, I thought he was going to get up and make that inside to outside run and get in Ahmad's way. Brighton Mbeumo got up after getting knocked down and he drove straight towards the goal. Straight. Ahmad held the width, beautifully weighted pass, bam, goal. Listen, you guys might think that's a simple goal, but I love that goal. Because Brighton Mbeumo knew, don't run outside. Don't run towards the wing. That's where you want to. That's your natural instinct. Yeah? Both Ahmad and Brighton Mbeumo have the natural instinct to start off wide and drift inside. That's what they want to do. They have to fight that instinct and be like, do you know what? I might want to do that, but right now this guy's holding the width. He's holding the position I want to hold, so I got to hold the inside. That's all that needs to happen. That's all that needs to happen. So he goes on to say, I think we now have a very good relationship, even outside the pitch. Good relationships on the pitch can be formed or start outside the pitch too. So I thought I'll end that segment with some positive, some good stuff, some nice things to hear, guys, before our game. This is the team that will start. I will bet anybody. I bet anyone in this chat. How much are you gonna bet that this is the team that starts, guys? What are you guys saying in the chat? How much do you want to? Are we putting money on the line, people? Are we putting money on the line, people? Let me see what, because TK, what did Shiv's teams? Shiv said, what did Shiv say at the top? Let me scroll up. Shiv said because Mazraoui's back. Oh, Mazraoui's back. We said Mazraoui was back. I don't know, guys, if Mazraoui is gonna delete Euro, Ahmad Dorgu. Nah, Bruno Cass. I think this manager, you're giving this manager too much credit, Shivam. You allow it, Shivam. Shivam said we'll beat Brighton 3-1. Today's Ruby team versus last year's opening day Ten Hag team. Who wins? Wait, I'm gonna have to think about it. That's a genuine question. If that's a genuine question, I'm gonna have to think about that. TK, big up, yep. If Baleba wants to be a United player, he needs to comply and put in a stinker. Bro, Baleba, I want Baleba to be up late at night. I want Baleba to be up playing FIFA at 3 a.m. I need that. I need you to have no sleep, Baleba, and to put in a stinker. Don't worry, we still rate you. Form is temporary. Class is consistent. It's permanent. We know this. TK says, I say 1-1 draw, but if we lose 1-0, I'm okay. As long as we play hard. Show me balls and hustle your behinds off. I love that, TK. I love that. Show me your balls. Sound like some Team America. Balls. I love balls. Where is it? You have balls. I love balls. Where is that? Farnsworth. What it is, yeah. I kind of rewatched Team America the other day, yeah. If any of you guys ain't watched Team America, yeah, maybe you shouldn't watch it. Maybe I shouldn't advise you to watch it. It's the most effed up film, yeah, you've ever seen. It's Puppets film, yeah. It is insane, that movie. But it's very, very funny. It's kind of movie that would not be made now. Not be made now. It's crazy. In fact, fuck it. If you ain't watched Team America, go and watch Team America. Oh man. I think TK is asking a general Eric Ten Hag team versus the Amorim team now. Ooh, Sachi said today's team wins. Sausage, you know what you're saying? Sausage, you're saying, are you talking about the team, the Ten Hag team that finished third? Without Rashford and stuff. And like Rashford, it was like Rashford 18-goal season. And when we had Sabitzer, is it that season? We finished third. Ah, I think the players, yeah, I think the players are better now, but our manager will. I think our manager holds our players back a little bit with his approach. Before I said this, yeah, I said this. We have better players now. We've signed two of the best players apparently in the league. So the players by themselves should be doing enough, should get us somewhere, you know, regardless of how. If I don't rate the manager, surely he's not that bad to hold the likes of Cunha and Mbeumo back. Good question though. A good question. It's got me thinking, guys. Yaya says we will beat them 3-0. Sesko, Mbeumo, and Cunha. Listen, Yaya, Cunha hasn't scored yet. So are you saying he's gonna score? He's gonna score tomorrow? All right, Yaya. Okay. What's good? AP7 up in the building, children. Big up AP Sizzle. T Kizza. Luke Shaw needs to take Mitoma and Welbeck to the buffet pre-game. TK's got no chill, bro. He's got no chill. But Luke Shaw's been here for 11 years, guys. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. 11 years. Things can change like what happened to Liverpool. We couldn't beat them at Anfield. I am praying. AP, pray for me as well. Pray for all of us. But guys, I think we're gonna beat Brighton. I think it's gonna be. I think it'll be like maybe a 2 or 3-1. You know, I don't know why. Why am I? Listen, I always do this, and then when the game starts and I see the team sheet, and then the manager's doing the fuckeries, and I'm all, you know what happens, TK. Then we're all like, oh my lord, we're gonna lose. But I'm saying something like 2-1 or something. That's what I'm thinking, man. Sausage, with Rashford and Garnacho, we always use the left. United have shifted to playing up both sides with a slight emphasis on the right. Yep, I agree, Sausage. I mean, the problem is, how do you get a relationship to form, guys? Ahmad and Mbeumo play almost every game together. They're learning to understand each other, right? We all understand that. On the left-hand side, the manager chops and changes. Dorgu, Dallo. Cunha, Mount. There is no relationship being formed on the left-hand side because the left-hand side is inconsistent. That's a fact, people. We need consistency on the left-hand side a bit more, maybe. Because if we're not being coached in a way that relationships are formed, and we have to form relationships during the game, i.e. you need game time rather than coaching time, then we need a consistent team on the left. We need to see Cunha and Dorgu play 2 or 3 games in a row. And Cunha needs to pass to Dorgu. Cunha, release the ball, Cunhas. Please. I won't gamble after what happened in the NBA with arrest and mafia involvement. Oh no. Yaya says, I think Amorim is biased with Dallo. Yeah. I agree with you, Yaya, in that sense. I feel like this is what I feel like happens sometimes. Especially now that I agree, and I've said it many times, the wing backs have to be attacking in nature. They have to be for the system to work, I think, to the best of its ability. Last year we played Dallo and Mazraoui often, not all the times, often at wing backs. We essentially started games with 6 or 7 defensive players. No team wins a game by starting that many defensive players and only playing with 3 or 4 attackers. That doesn't make sense, right? However, with Ahmad and Dallo, what that does actually is allow us to play 4 at the back. What it does is allow Dallo to maybe fall back in defense a bit more, shift Cunha more to the left ish, push Ahmad up. It allows us to play more 4 at the back in phases. In phases, you will see sometimes us play 3, sometimes 4, because Dalot does not offer what Dorgu offers on the left. He doesn't push up. He doesn't make those runs. Dorgu's end product is what we need to talk about. His end product isn't there. But his willingness to make runs off the ball, his aggressiveness going forward is better than Dalot's. It is. But you know when you're just choosing between off the ball and on the ball, is that Casemiro sort of Ugarte? You're like, I'm playing Casemiro because he's better on the ball, but Ugarte is slightly better off the ball. So it's like no, it's not perfect. What we need is a left wing back who is really good at attacking. And listen, we're not going to get a left wing back like Ahmad. They're not around like Ahmad. Ahmad is just one of a kind. But we need a left wing back who can attack, can shoot, can cross the ball, all these things, can dribble, yeah, and is aggressive. He doesn't need to be the best defender in the world. He's a wing back, but he needs to fall back in line, be aggressive with his defending, and not easily beaten. Not easily beaten. Whether Dorgu can develop into that player, I don't know. I think Dorgu has a lot to learn offensively and technically in attack to become that player. He might not ever become that player, but he's young and I'm willing to give him another year. That's all I'm saying about Dorgu. But if it was me, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I would look to get another wing back. I would. That's just me personally. But I think that's a team that will start. I think that he's spoken enough, this manager, about set pieces and aerial threats, especially this year in the Premier League. I think set pieces are even more important. And there's one thing I always say, that Lenny Euro is a really good defender, amazing defender, but he's not aggressive in the air. He's not, right? Maguire is. And it's a shame in a way that Maguire is playing because of one deficiency that Lenny Euro has. But Lenny Euro is better than Maguire in almost all the other areas of the pitch. But in the air, Maguire's Maguire in the air. He's decent. He's good in the air. And a lot of teams, they score goals from set pieces. So as long as Maguire is fit, I can see him starting Maguire again just because of the aerial thing. And also Maguire is a threat the other end. So is Casemiro. He started to understand that. He started to understand, listen, balls in the box is important. So I think he'll start that back 3. Lemens is just Lemens. Lemens is automatic now. He'll start that back 3, I think. There's no reason for him really to change Dalot, in my opinion. I think he'll start Dalot, Casemiro, Fernandes, and Ahmad. The only change I can see, I think he might make, in my opinion, is if Mason Mount has picked up a knock, because both Mason Mount and Maguire picked up knocks, right? So I could easily take Maguire out and use the same logic as I'm using with Mason Mount. But I feel that he's on this Maguire thing. And I think Cunha can play more easily than Mason Mount can play. I mean, Cunha can come on, and Cunha's better than Mount. So playing Cunha there, the manager probably doesn't mind. Whereas the whole set piece thing, the whole heading thing, I think he does mind. So he'd rather play a 75% fit Maguire and play him for 60 minutes maybe than bring on Lenny Euro, which he has been doing. I think he might do that. Let me know what you think, guys. I can't see why he would pick anything other than this team. Based on what he's been doing in the past, what he's done previously, this is the team I think he'll pick tomorrow. In about, where are we? 20 hours? 19 hours away? 17 hours away or something, guys, from kickoff. So yeah, what's the chat saying? What's the chat saying? I wonder how come Shaw and Mount are suddenly so fit. Guess what? It's World Cup season. Shivams. Build up, Shivam. Someone give me those pills. These two players are scavengers at the best. Need them out next season. Think about Shivam, yeah. Shivam is consistent, yeah. Shivam is cutthroat. Shivam don't care. Shivam says, get out. But I hear you, Shivam. It's a sensu beans. It's them sensu beans, bruv. They've got them. Listen, I've never seen Mount and Shaw so fit in my life. In my life, Shivam. World Cup season, these guys are fitter than ever. Than they've ever. I saw Luke Shaw sliding. I saw Luke Shaw running back, yeah, and not just jogging back. He was sprinting back. I was like, bro, Luke Shaw is actually looking like he's actually sprinting. You know when Luke Shaw runs, he's just like this. He just always looks like he's jogging. This guy was sprinting back and slide tackling in the last game against Liverpool. I was like, raw. World Cup season, yeah? Okay. World Cup season. Shivam, I hear you, bro. These guys need to get out. It's interesting that these guys, and listen, I put Maguire there as well. I don't care. He's doing well. He scored a goal, but listen, the game before against Brentford, you cost us, I think, maybe the first 2 goals were your fault, actually, Maguire. Playing a high line again. This is also what you guys need to... You know, when I showed you guys the stat, yeah, that said, when we have most of the ball, when we have good possession, we usually lose. But when we have no possession, we win. It's because when we have possession of the ball, we push up, right? When we control the possession of the ball, we push up. Our defenders go, and our defenders are on the halfway line. We have a high line, right? When we get counter-attacked, we concede because of Maguire, right? Often. But when we don't have the ball, when we're playing against teams who monopolize possession, when we're playing a low block, and the likes of Maguire, the likes of Casemiro, don't have to run around as much because we're playing a low block, we're the ones who counterattack, and then we will score. So it makes sense that we score more goals when we have less of the ball and score less goals when we have more of the ball, especially when you think about the positioning of the team when we have the ball and how high we are and how high the line is and how much Casemiro and the likes of Maguire will have to run back. So stats are interesting because stats can be, you can take whatever, you can extrapolate whatever you want from stats. You can. I was asking about the 24-25 opening day squad Eric Ten Hag had. I'm trying to think about that squad though, TK. It was only last year though. Isn't it like the same squad that we just had, but except Anthony and like Garnacho and Højlund? I mean, I'll take this squad. Definitely. 100%. 150%. Wouldn't you, TK? Yeah, Cunha needs a goal. Yeah, Cunha needs a goal, man. I agree. I think Cunha's snatching everything at the moment. He's dribbling a bit too much, passing not as much. He is playing his Wolves game. When he carried Wolves on his shoulders, he felt like he had to do everything, and I want him to keep that. It's hard because I feel like anything I say will reduce Cunha. If I say stop doing this, stop doing that, I don't want to take away from Cunha. If that makes any sense to you guys. But I feel like he needs to understand this is not Wolves. You don't need to carry the team. You've got Ahmad, you've got Mbeumo, you've got players that are just as good as you can pass the ball to. You don't need to dribble past 4 people and shoot. He needs to trust his teammates more and not put himself under that, because you can clearly see by the way he plays here, he's putting himself under pressure to do something, to score. And look at Ahmad. Ahmad needs to settle with the fact that he's going to get more assists this season than goals. Ahmad, you might get more assists this season than goals, Ahmad, and it's fine. It's okay. Cunha, you might get more assists this season than goals, and guess what? It's fine, my brother. It's fine. It's fine. This main character syndrome, let's try not to. I'm not saying we're going to suffer from it. I'm not saying he's doing that. But let's be careful that we're not doing this main character syndrome thing here. at Manchester United. Let's just be careful, people. That's all I'm going to say. All I'm going to say for now. Is it true Mount is injured? Picked up a knock. Mount picked up a knock, but a knock. But what does that mean? He might still play, guys. He might still play. Hopefully Meunier gets more minutes. I wouldn't hold your breath, people. Minte is the fastest player in the Premier League. We need Dogu. Dalot will never be able to catch him. I think Dalot plays because he can throw long and is Portuguese. Shivam, you ain't mixing your words, my brother. You ain't mixing your words. Not a fan. Listen, Shivam, if it means anything to you, my brother, I'm not a fan of Dalot myself. I'm not. Mount out, not bad. Gives Sesko a chance to play a full 90, says Jakub. I agree with you, Jakub. TK says it's news, but Canada only has one NBA team. Hockey is #1 by far. Currently, Toronto baseball team is in the World Series, so that's big. But NHL hockey is like England's Premier League. NBA is third. Says TK. Basketball has become more of an entertainment than being a real sport. I try to get into basketball, TK. I try, but I don't know, man. I feel like I'm a one-sport man, you know. A one-woman man. A one-sport man. Nah, I can watch other sport. Athletics. What else I might watch? I might watch some MMA once in a while, but very rarely. What else do I watch in terms of sport? It's the slap Olympics, you know. Listen, that slap Olympic thing is crazy. That slap thing is crazy. Listen, you find the maddest sports on YouTube that you didn't even know were sports. And you think, wow, this is a sport. Why is the next man slapping the next man? And this is a sport. It's that Dana White shit. And that slap, was it called? I don't know what it's called. It might be called slap something. Is it called slap on it? I don't know what it's called, but I saw this slap thing on YouTube, guys, and it's crazy. You got to stand with your hand behind your back, yes, with your chin out, like just to get slapped by another. What we're weird, man. Humans are weird, I swear, but it's fun. Listen, it's funny. I don't know, man. People. Sausage, United are turning a corner if they keep the long ball going. All right. Says Sausage, United are second in long ball, second wins. Amorim has them collapsing onto long balls. Cherries are #1, I believe. All right, Sausage. My eyebrows went like this when I read out your chat, yeah. I was like, no, I don't want no long ball bullshit. No. We didn't pay this man to come up with this sort of tactic a whole year at this club, and this is our identity. However, the way I'm reading into your chat here is this: if we can grasp this long ball thing, if we can play this way and be a team so aggressive that that Liverpool team under Klopp, were an example of a team that always won second balls. They were hungry. They won their second balls. If we can at least do that, then I think everything else could flow from that. Because those are the basic stuff. That's not even football. That's just hunger and drive and all this stuff that all the English like to talk about, and hunger and drive and determination and will and all this fluff shit. That's what that is, yeah? If we can get that on lock, then and insert some football in between, boom. Luke Shaw only sprints to the buffet unless it's World Cup season. I agree, TK. Picks and choose. And then the narrative is Luke Shaw on his day. Don't you hear that all the time? Maguire on his day is Luke Shaw on his day. When is his day? What day is this? What day of the week is this? Because I missed it. On his day, Luke Shaw on his day. What day? What day? I don't know, people. Mrs. Sprints and slides without spilling his pudding. TK's gonna put that thought in my head. He's got his yogurt pot in his hand. That's got yogurt pot in his hand and staring at it as well, just making sure it doesn't spill. Like, oh no, man. Hey, it's Friday, man. All right, let's see what guys. This is Shivam's outs next season. This is gonna be interesting because Shivam sometimes has these wild takes. All right, Shivam's outs. People who need to leave next season: Casemiro, Shaw, Mount, Bayinde, Dallo, Maguire, Ugarte, Mainu. Oh, listen, Shivam, you had me, and then when you went Mainu, I was like, oh, Shivam, no. My ins: Bleber, Wharton, and Elliot. Raj, Shivam wants to clear out like 10 people and bring in 3. Shivam wants to clear out 20 people and bring in 2. That's when you know it. Shivam's ready. Hey, Bleber, Wharton, and Elliot, 1 left centre. Oh no, he said 1 left centre back and 1 goalkeeper. All right, I hear you. No, Mount is the one, and Mainu is the one, because you know what? When we start playing Champions League and all these competitions again, you might need your 4 midfielders, bro. I'm not getting rid of that 19-year-old Mainu or 20-year-old Mainu. I can't. I've seen. Yeah, let's wait a couple seasons. Who knows? Sausage says he'll keep Mount. Nah, Sausage. That's where I have to disagree with you, Sausage. Mount is one of the only players, in the history of football, hear me out, that can take the iconic number 7 shirt, the 7 shirt that's supposed to be for the maverick, absolute fucking ballers at Ronaldo or Cantona. He took that shirt and the fan base didn't cry about it. He's the only guy who can be here for 3 years, and only score 1 goal at Old Trafford. 1. In the Premier League for 3 years. He has an average game where he just does the basics and everyone's like, Mount is amazing. I think he's the only player that does the basics and gets called amazing by doing the basics. He plays about 7 games a season, maybe 10 games a season because of injury. Nothing more than that. 3 years. He has got away with absolute murder. Sometimes I feel like if there was any other player, imagine a Sancho or any other player that did what Mount did. Never around. Look what happened to Martial. He's always injured. We hated it. With Mount, it's okay. There's something. Listen, Mount, I always say, as a footballer, I always say that he's not a terrible footballer. He is sound. Technically, he's sound. He can do a lot of things. I just don't like the fact that he walks around with number 7 shirt on his back, getting paid 240 grand a week or whatever he's getting paid. It's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane, the protection he gets. So that's where I'm with Mount. That's where I'm at. I also wonder where on earth did Obi and Heaven disappear. We have so much talent that we don't use. Obi's young. I agree with Yaya. Obi's young. When I saw Obi, listen, what you need to look at Obi, Shivam, is that Obi is big, for his age. He's like Lukaku. He's big for his age, tall, stronger than everyone else who is 17. But when you put him in men's sports, when you put him with the men, he looks like a 17-year-old. He's not ready, I don't think. I've seen enough of him to know that he needs to go on loan to the Championship or something where they just kick his shins, they drag him around, they toughen him up. Like Ahmad. Ahmad went to Sunderland and he came back and he wasn't pushed around as much. You couldn't push Ahmad around as much after that Sunderland loan. He wasn't having it. Obi needs that. We need to get back into the habit, people, of sending our youngsters to the Championship so they can get punched up, so they can see some violence. Sorry, YouTube, don't block my video because I said violence. You stupid idiots. YouTube are stupid, you know. But we need to go back and do that. So when they come back, just like Beckham and all the others, when they come back, was it Preston loan that Beckham had? It doesn't matter. So when they come back, they are ready for the Premier League. I think that's what we need to go back to start doing, personally. Heaven, I think Heaven was injured at the start of the season and he's coming back. Listen, if it was up to me, people, believe me, I would start Heaven above Luke Shaw every day of the... Listen, I don't care. I will do it. This is supposed to be the team for the future. We shouldn't be trying to shoehorn 31-year-old Luke Shaws and 31-year-old Maguires and 32-year-old Casemiros ahead of the youngsters. We should not be doing it. The manager's doing it because he's scared and he's fighting for his life. So the likes of Lenny Euro, Kobe, and some of the other youngsters are going to suffer. Dorgu, they're going to suffer because the manager is playing all these young old heads. The same old people that made us finish 15th. They're the ones that are playing above the youngsters right now. Let's be honest. That's what's happening. Yeah, that is what's happening, people. Because the manager's shitting his pants. He's pissing his pants. He's scared. Yeah, Meunier loan is... I like Meunier loan. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to give up Meunier yet. I'm not ready. Meunier is better than a lot of the players that we have. He just doesn't apparently have... My thing is this. Do you guys think Adam Wharton has a lot more athleticism than Kobe Meunier? I don't know. Les Shivs is saying all those out, and with the new ins, we can add youth, the likes of Obi and Heaven, etc. Says TK. I'm going to go out there, yeah, and say Obi, there's a good chance Obi doesn't make it, yeah? And it's a good thing because we need to get back into the habit where you have to be absolutely exceptional to make it. You need to be a JJ Gabriel to make it into this team. We need to get back into the position where you can't just walk into the team. You can't just do the whole let's get 3 youngsters into the team just because we're Man United and we always do it. No, you have to be exceptional. You have to be a class of 92 quality to get into this team. And even Nicky Butt couldn't really play that much because Roy Keane was still there. People forget that Nicky Butt played games, but it was Scholes and Keane that was in the midfield. Nicky Butt played the odd game here or there. You got to be exceptional. And I don't know if Obi can be a good striker, but I don't know if it's nailed on that he's going to be a great striker. Coney, yeah, Sika Coney. Sika Coney is another one I feel like, based on how the Premier League is changing and based on how the manager plays football. Don't forget, you don't need this stupid pace. You don't need to be crazy, have crazy legs to play in midfield. Man City play with a 3-man midfield with Rodri, like Phil Foden and the Silvers. They're not crazy. Listen, if you play with a 3-man midfield, you don't need to be this crazy athletic guy. If Kobe Mainoo could play the Man City midfield because it's 3. So I don't want people to change their outlook on a footballer because they don't get into our system. Don't forget, this is just one system and one way of playing. And a Kobe Mainoo gets into most teams in most systems. Let's be careful that we don't allow the manager's approach and the manager's system to fully dictate how we see footballers, because if they don't fit into the system, it means they're not a good footballer. No, that's not true. If that makes sense. Yeah, imagine being benched in the worst Man United team. I mean, that's what the manager said. He said this is the worst, and you know, you played a World Cup final or semi-final. The star boy for England last year, and then this year you can't even get into this Man United team. And people are saying you should be sold. It's strange, but everyone is entitled to their damn opinion. All right, guys. So that is my team. We've heard your teams. We've seen what we said about score before we go. I said 2-1. I think most of you guys were saying about 2-1, 3-1. So I feel like the chat together The consensus is, tell me if I'm wrong, people, we're going to win tomorrow, right? That's the general consensus. It's going to be a hard-fought game. Brighton Brighton will never roll over for us anyway. But we are optimistic that we, at home, are going to get the win, right? I think so. Let's end on this, actually. Should we end on the Thomas Meunier? I don't know, guys. I said Thomas Meunier. I've said on this channel, yeah, that the way that Ten Hag and what's his agency called? SEG? The way that they operated while being at Man United was very, very fishy. The way that they signed Højlund to their agent, all these things that they did, it was very, very, I would say very dodgy, but it smelt a bit dodgy. I feel like Ten Hag came to United and he somehow fleeced United a little bit. I don't know this. Let me know. I'm just gonna say this. At Dortmund, I could have signed for Man United. I didn't have an agent, and in fact, the coach there at the time clearly directed me to his agent so I could sign for United. That's Ten Hag directed him to his agency. And even coaches work with agents specifically to place players and get paid. I feel, yeah, that we need to investigate Ten Hag and was it SC? I can't. Is it SCG? Let me just make sure I'm saying the right thing properly. What's Ten Hag's agency? Because the Anthony, £85 million, yeah, for the Anthony deal, and why were these fees so extortionate? Yeah, Ten Hag SCG, and making sure I'm saying it right to my people. And this is the expanded quote, guys. When I was at Dortmund, yeah, we said that already. I refused and I didn't sign. Otherwise, you would have known. But there you go. That's also the negative side of football. There's a lot of money at stake, and even coaches work with agents specifically to place players and get paid. I have 45 examples like that. Now, I can't prove them all, so I won't name any names, but it's something that, in my opinion, still happens far too frequently. This is what I believe, guys, Ten Hag was doing at Manchester United Football Club. Remember, you heard it here on this channel if you haven't heard it before. And if shit comes out in a year's time, 2 years' time, if you hear any funny things, remember where you heard it first. I think Ten Hag might not be doing something illegal, but was doing something smelly. And that's what I'm going to leave you guys with. Yeah. TK says 1-1 draw. TK, bro, you started a positive and now you're saying 1-1 draw. I don't think you mean it, TK. Take it back. I don't think you mean 1-1 draw. Try again, TK. Try again, TK. Sausage says 2-1 win. Yeah, I'm with Sausage. I'm with Sausage, bro. That will never get old. I don't care. I'm with Sausage. 2-1 win. I'm with Sausage. 2-1 win. Yeah. If I may ask, do you guys have a WhatsApp group or is it just here YouTube? Oh. Yeah. I will say this, and I will be honest with you, really honest. When it comes to the technology side of life, I'm not the greatest. I have somebody helping me out right now, doing a lot of these things that you're seeing, right? In an ideal world, I would want to also have soon set up a Discord. See, I can't even say it properly. A Discord as well, so we can converse outside of YouTube, outside of this specific show. So that is also the next thing that I need to do. But the channel is still very new, guys, but we've grown quite quickly. So just look out for the updates when I'm live. Just click that button, smash that like, jump in, talk, have a conversation, build a community, have a laugh, and that's it at the moment. Yeah, big up Yaya. Yeah. There's probably things, yeah, that I know that I'm not doing to boost the channel that I could be doing, but because I'm a bit of a novice and I'm still learning a lot of these things, I'm probably not doing as much as I could. But that being said, TK will tell you we had 260 3 months ago, and now we're 560 or something. So the channel has grown, but yeah, there's a lot more work to do for sure. TK's where's that? You're right. 1-1 draw. Big up TK. TK's not budging. No, TK, allow it. Pause. No, forget pause culture. We're grown ass men out here. But pause though. But pause. But we're grown ass men though. We don't say pause. Only kids say pause. But no, but the channel needs to grow. So yeah. Keep giving me suggestions, man. This is our channel, guys. It's not my channel anymore. Like it's our channel. So any kind of suggestions, any kind of other shows, if you want a show to be listed, yeah, give me some information, man. Give me some feedback. Let me know what go on, people. It's not a dictatorship. I need to provide you guys with what you want as much as I want to do what I want. There's a fine balance. So big up. Okay. I don't know if it's a positive thing you said or was it. All right. Because when sometimes people call other people a beast, it's a positive. Like you're a beast, as in it's a positive thing. Like you're a beast. I watch Mark Goldbridge a lot, and that guy is a beast, and the positivity in his channel is mad. I don't listen. There's nothing wrong with being positive. I sometimes I'm conscious, but this is my personality. Before every game, I'm always like, you have to be. Before every game, I'm like, come on, we can win. And then during the game, I'm like, oh. And I'm always conscious. Am I gassing too much in the channel, in my chat? And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm a Man United fan. I'm supposed to be excited before the game. We're all supposed to be. And if we lose, it's on them. I shouldn't feel guilty for us losing. I have to go talk to my channel and be like, I'm sorry. Like, no, it's not me. It's the footballers. So there's certain things I need to work on. Certain things I need to understand, especially in this YouTube space. But man's trying out here. I'm trying. So it is what it is. TK's a fool, I swear. TK's the guy though. TK is the guy. TK, I have to say, yeah, every show, yeah, or at least 90% of shows, at least, TK is there, bro. Like, big up TK in the chat, bro. Me and TK would disagree. That's what I like. Me and TK would disagree, and we'll keep it moving. And that's it. Shiv's got it. All right, Shiv, you MVP. According to TK, you got it. You got it. So that's it, guys. Tomorrow, 5 o'clock, Brighton. Let's see if we can break this Brighton curse, guys. Because against Brighton, I don't know what it is, yeah. We go missing. So let's hope we can break this Brighton curse tomorrow. I'll be live at 5 o'clock. So stay tuned. Let's see. Let's hope we win, man. Big up everybody. TK, Turkish, Yaya, Sausage, Shivs. AP, of course. Make sure you smash a like as usual. If you want to come back onto this video once it's uploaded and leave a comment as well, it will help the algorithm. Because my videos, maybe because I swear too much, I'm always showing videos as well. So I'm always getting copyright strikes because I'm always showing videos and stuff like that. I need to respect the YouTube thing a bit more, I think. But I don't know what else. Listen, sometimes I know I'm saying things I know will get my channel banned, but you know when you just don't know fully what to say sometimes. Not banned, but you know, them things there. So yeah, all right, cool. Big up, people. I love this channel. Actually, big up to you, bro. You're trying your thing. Yeah, man. Big up, man. Big up, Yaya. Next show, I'm bringing the bacon torpedo. Yo, big up, Sausage Express. Flipping neck. Oh man. Oh, all right, guys. Have a good Friday, man. Enjoy yourself, and we'll be back tomorrow.